dire situation in Afghanistan as the Taliban takes control of more provincial capitals. The new mission for U.S. troops overseas.
We just want to make sure that we honor her and memorialize her in every way possible.
Also, how the community is remembering and honoring the life of Anissa Scott 1 year after her tragic death from gun violence. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Tonight marks a sad reminder for a Madison family, but they didn't view today's gathering for Anissa Scott that way. Instead, her mother said it's a day full of positivity and good vibes. And that was on display at Demetral Park, where more than 100 people, many of them complete strangers, came together to honor an 11-year-old girl. Photojournalist Brian Troxel was there.
Today is full of positivity and good vibes because that's how Anissa would have wanted it. I just feel all the love and the support, and everybody has just been so encouraging and so uplifting. She had her whole life ahead of her. She was athletic and just really looking forward to a bright future.
We're here really to support the family. The magnitude of this tragedy and the grief that this family is going through, we just really want to be here.
It makes me feel like they haven't forgotten, and this was very impactful on them as well. Anissa! This has definitely changed the lives of everyone, at least that I know.
We love you, Anissa!
We just want to make sure that we honor her and memorialize her in every way possible, making sure that we keep her alive in our hearts and in our everyday lives.
3 teens were arrested and charged for the crime: Andre Brown, Jerry Ward, and Perion Carrion. None of their trial dates have been set despite being charged now nearly a year ago. Almost 2 weeks after a car crashed into Change Fashion Boutique in downtown Madison, the store is temporarily open in a new location. According to an article from our partners at Madison Magazine, Change is now operating at 305 South Livingston Street. That'll be the new location for at least 2 months. You can read this story at channel3000.com and in the latest issue of Madison Magazine. 5 people were injured in a crash in Dodge County this afternoon, including a child who is fighting for their life tonight. It happened along State Trunk Highway 16 and County Road TT in Elba. Authorities say 2 cars collided in the intersection. 1 person taken to UW Hospital via ambulance. 2 passengers in the second vehicle were taken to UW Hospital on med flight, including a 10-year-old with life-threatening injuries. A 4-year-old and 5-year-old also have minor injuries, and that crash remains under investigation. Oh, nice night tonight. Weekend looking pretty good. Here's meteorologist Dana Fulton with a forecast.
Yeah, beautiful evening. I just took a quick step outside to enjoy how nice it was. We had a beautiful afternoon, a lot of sunshine coming through. Temperature-wise, in a really comfortable spot. Here's a time lapse from our WIS-TV's SCTV Skycam. I'm sorry, we just stepped outside to check out those lower dew points. We'll take a quick look at those. Our Doppler track nice and quiet for us on this Friday. We're seeing temperatures in the low 60s, about 63 in Janesville right now, 64 in Platteville. Compared to this time yesterday, it is a significant temperature drop, a 13-degree drop for us in Madison, a 13-degree drop in Low Rock, an 11-degree drop in Janesville. Dew points in the 50s right now, also a drop in those dew points, about a 14-degree drop in Janesville over the last 24 hours and a 17-degree drop for Monroe. So not only is it cooler outside, it's also less humid. We have a calm breeze coming through for us overnight. We'll stay nice and calm. Heading into your Saturday, temperatures will drop into the 50s for Saturday afternoon. Mostly sunny skies. Highs will be in the upper 70s, trending pretty close to average for your Saturday afternoon. So we'll have a really pleasant weekend ahead, Eric. And as we look ahead to the start of next week, we'll hold on to those pleasant temperatures, but we'll take a closer look at your full forecast in just a few minutes.
I'm afraid of being killed. I'm like totally sure that I will not survive here.
Tonight, the Taliban is on the verge of reclaiming most of Afghanistan, with just weeks to go before U.S. troops leave the country on August 31st. The group's resurgence is being met with fear and concern from many around the world. Natalie Brand in Washington with more reaction from the Biden administration.
U.S. troops are beginning to arrive in Afghanistan as the Taliban accelerates its offensive, now holding more than a dozen provincial capitals, including Kandahar, the country's second largest city. A defense official says the capital of Kabul could be threatened within 30 days or possibly sooner.
It appears as if they are trying to get Kabul isolated. We've planned for a lot of contingencies, and this was certainly one of them.
CBS News senior national security contributor and former acting CIA director Michael Morrell says the capability of terrorists in Afghanistan is going to increase rapidly over the next several months.
We have to figure out a way to collect intelligence without an embassy.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has asked the Biden administration to brief members on the situation when they return the week of August 23rd. President Biden has defended his decision to withdraw U.S. combat troops by the end of the month.
They've got to fight for themselves, fight for their nation.
I lost my right arm below the elbow.
Veteran Mike McElhenney was part of a special forces team on the ground in southern Afghanistan after 9/11.
There was a lot of, blood and treasure spilled over there. We can't continue to send, kids and generations over there, and for what?
McElhenney calls the current situation surreal to watch, but says he believes it's time to get out. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The UN is urging Afghanistan's neighbors to keep their borders open to allow tens of thousands of people fleeing the Taliban fighting to reach safety. President Biden hasn't taken questions about the Afghan conflict since Tuesday and is in Delaware for the weekend, but his team says he is monitoring developments there closely. Members of the Wisconsin National Guard are helping fight wildfires in California and also in Washington. 3 UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters and 23 soldiers are helping out west. The soldiers are assigned in West Bend and Madison. The West Bend unit will help with medevac support in Washington state, while the Madison unit will help employ water buckets to fight fires in California. 2 teenage boys are charged with murdering a Wisconsin teen. Happened in a Cleveland suburb. Neither have been caught yet. Police say it was a targeted attack. The shooting happened in Cleveland Heights on Monday. The victim was reportedly from the Milwaukee area. Now at 10, people with weakened immune systems will soon be able to get a COVID booster shot. FDA and CDC approved it moving forward last night. Immunocompromised people only make up about 3% of the U.S. population, but 44% of hospitalized COVID patients. That's according to the CDC. Dr. Bill Hartman at UW Health explained who will likely be at the top of the list for the booster shot as soon as it is fully authorized.
Many of our organ transplant patients and many patients who are receiving chemotherapy for their cancer, their immune systems can't mount a normal response, including to vaccines. And so it was seen that their antibody levels were much lower.
Dr. Hartman said those of you who are eligible should wait 2 months after you get your second shot to get the booster. Hy-Vee says free third doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are now available at its pharmacy locations. You can walk in or make an appointment. They will only be given to those with weakened immune systems and at least 28 days after their second dose. Strongly recommended you get the same type of vaccine you got the first time. People who got the J&J vaccine will not be given additional doses until authorized by the FDA and CDC. Wisconsin just hit a vaccination milestone. Half of all Wisconsinites are now fully vaccinated. That's 3 million people. 53% have at least one dose. Local healthcare systems say they have seen an uptick in the vaccinations due to the spread of the Delta variant. The 7-day average of new cases remains above 1,000. Rock County now requiring everyone wear masks in all county facilities. That includes courthouses, sheriff's offices, and other administrative county offices. It applies to staff and visitors as well. The Rock County Board of Supervisors passed that resolution last night. Takes effect on Monday. More and more businesses appear to be mandating vaccines for their employees. Job postings that list COVID-19 vaccination as a requirement shot up 34% in the first week of August compared to the month before. That's according to job site Indeed.com. Indeed Hiring Lab published an analysis showing the biggest increases in vaccine requirements were in the areas of software development, education, and marketing. Locally, all major healthcare companies, Epic and Dane County government have all mandated vaccines. New fears about the Delta variant, how it could impact travel. Airbnb warning investors the Delta variant could impact its future revenues. The company predicting bookings will be volatile over the next several months. That guidance comes after Airbnb reported earnings grew nearly 300% during its second quarter. Live Nation announced it will require proof of COVID vaccination or a negative test for all performers and concert goers, and that'll begin October 4th. Its president and CEO said vaccines are going to be your ticket to shows. He said they're following the model they developed for Lollapalooza for all venues and festivals possible. Live Nation, one of the largest live entertainment companies in the U.S. Company also says all employees will need to be vaccinated to visit any of its events, venues, or offices. Hundreds of kids will return to school in style. That's thanks thanks to the generosity of you, our News 3 Now viewers, in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. Our Adam Duxter shares the results of our back-to-school drive from the club's Allied Drive location.
Well, the efforts and donations from hundreds across the city of Madison means 300 kids will go back to school with a brand new backpack loaded up with school supplies. And now those here at the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County say they cannot wait until Tuesday night.
That's when they say kids will have a chance to choose their own backpack for the year, filled with things like binders, notebooks, even pencil cases and other supplies. The Boys and Girls Club says for some students, not having these basics could be a reason they don't want to go to school.
And what it means to me is that this is not a barrier that students will have to worry about. They won't have to worry about going back to school, and I don't have a pencil, I don't have paper, I don't have a backpack, I don't have the things that I need to be successful. So we at Boys and Girls Club are focused on helping to prepare students for a successful academic year.
Supplies will go to students ranging from pre-K all the way to high school, and extras will go to serve even further into the school year.
And if you missed the cutoff for donations, there still are ways to help, both through an Amazon wish list as well as monetary donations for the Boys and Girls Club. You can find a link to both of those on our website, channel3000.com. In Madison, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
And earlier this week, our morning team raised more than $13,000 for back-to-school efforts, in part with the Boys and Girls Club, which will go towards serving students all year long. And don't forget, we've got you covered on back to school on our website, channel3000.com. Information about each district's COVID and mask policies and all our back-to-school stories on a special page to help you get ready for the new school year. One more chance to enjoy the cream puffs, the fried food, and all your favorite state fair fun. This weekend will mark the final days of this year's Wisconsin State Fair. It'll end Sunday. Veterans, military personnel, and the family and their families will get free admission on Sunday until 5 p.m. Hours are also shortened on Sunday, closing at 10 p.m. instead of 11 p.m. Well, those in Beloit are able to see a world-famous monster truck this weekend. The Raminator and Raminator Ride-Along are on display. This is at Bryden Motors. People are able to take rides on the trucks. The Raminator has been recorded hitting speeds of over 99 miles per hour. You can also see it tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Bryden Motors, with a car crush at 2 p.m. Still ahead at 10, how Madison's former acting police chief sees his time as head of the department and what he plans to do during retirement. And a Wauwatosa woman lending a helping hand to her neighbors impacted by this week's severe weather. News 3 Now at 10 is back after a short break.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've represented tens of thousands of people. To have the ability, then the privilege to make a difference in somebody's life is a pretty cool thing. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Hi, I'm Crystal the Pistol. Goldwyn Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with new body-style GMC Terrains starting at $22,995 or $350 per month. That's right, Goldwyn Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with great deals on 2018 GMC Terrains. So hurry in today to get your great deal and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Goldwyn. Go to Goldwyn Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldwyn, GoldwynCars.com.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers. And the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
When you've been injured, we understand life gets tough. At Gruber's offices, your first call is free. Your first consultation is free. Stuck at home or in the hospital? We'll come to you for free. Call Gruber's offices now. We don't get paid until you do.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Saturday morning, the start of school is just days away, where you can find donation drives throughout the city. And it will be nice and hot this weekend. Julian has your weekend weather forecast. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. 16 months don't define Vic Wall's career with Madison Police. But in his nearly 30 years with the department, they were some of the most challenging. He became acting chief after his predecessor abruptly gave 1 day's notice, guiding the department during a pandemic and also national unrest. This weekend, the now retired Wall sits down with our Naomi Coles to look back at a pivotal year.
Did you ever consider quitting, ever once, during that 16 months? Did you ever think, wake up in the morning, you're like, I could quit?
Not seriously. I mean, certainly it was a very stressful year, you know, not just for me, but for everybody on the department. There was a lot of challenges, and certainly there were times where I thought, you know, this is not what I signed up for 29 years ago. But, you know, as I mentioned, I really felt an obligation to the department and to the community to sort of provide some continuity.
What would be your biggest criticism of yourself for that period of time?
And I wish I would have been able to have more one-on-one with all our people. And certainly you mix in the pandemic, and it makes it that much more difficult to sort of have direct one-on-one with everybody who works for the department. And certainly I wish, you know, externally that we would have been able to make some more inroads as an organization and me personally as a chief with some of the groups that were protesting and planning protests.
You've earned yourself a long rest, a retirement, perhaps a vacation in there. Once that's out of the way, what's next for you?
You know, I don't know yet. Kind of coming into it, wanting to take a little time and decompress. I want to step back a little bit from policing, and certainly there's lots of opportunities to contribute other than being a chief or a sworn officer, and those may very well be things I look at down the road.
Now that's just a preview of Naomi's conversation. You can join her on For the Record this Sunday after Face the Nation as Vic Wall looks back at his regrets and his highlights during one of the most critical years for Madison. Now this to the Rindall Park homeless encampment. City officials tell News 3 Now that Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway directed city staff to prepare one city-owned property to be a campsite and is also pushing toward buying a second property for the same purpose. It's unclear where those properties are right now. The city plans to use $2 million in federal rescue plan funds. Rindall Park's encampment has been growing over the summer. City staff feels it is no longer sustainable. The city council also considering a proposal to end that encampment. A lawsuit has been filed asking a federal court to declare Wisconsin's current congressional and legislative district boundaries unconstitutional. It also asked the court to implement new maps if lawmakers and the governor cannot reach an agreement. It's filed on behalf of 6 Wisconsin voters and comes less than 24 hours after the release of the new census numbers. The lawsuit alleges that current maps drawn by Republicans are an unconstitutional gerrymander and should not be used as the basis for drawing new lines. Storm cleanup continues across the state. People in affected communities are helping each other, however, in any way they can, and that includes Wauwatosa, where some residents are still without power. Gretchen Prescott says she and her husband know that others are still in the dark, and they've been saving some room in their freezer for neighbors with baby food, pet food, or anything that might need to be frozen. Their kindness comes as We Energies crews continue their work.
For the people that had no families, that couldn't just go to somebody else's house, didn't have any friends, didn't know anybody, you know, I wanted to definitely offer them help and know that this is a nice community, this is a neighborly community, and everyone's always here to help.
We Energies says it's been the largest mass restoration effort in their history, and they expect to have power restored to 98% of customers by the end of the day today. The rest they hope to have done by tomorrow. Residents down in Miami preparing for heavy rainfall tonight. National Hurricane Center issuing a tropical storm warning for the Florida Keys. Fred is producing heavy rains across Cuba, currently a tropical depression, but could strengthen back into a tropical storm as it hits Florida. Portions of South Florida could receive rainfall of up to 10 inches. Dana Fulton returns now. Forecast for a beautiful weekend. Get outside. Dana?
A gorgeous weekend for us after what was a very active stretch over the last 15 days. I want to take a look overall at our tornado coverage for 2021. We have had 26 tornadoes touch down in Wisconsin total, 24 of those between July 28th and August 11th. So within the last 15 days, 15 coming from that overnight outbreak on July 28th into the morning for July 29th. The strongest of the tornadoes so far in EF3 near Boscobel. That was over this weekend on August 7th. The split difference for the rest, 14 EF1s and 11 EF0s. Now, in Wisconsin, we're at the very northern end of Tornado Alley, so it's really not uncommon to see our total annual tornado count close to 20, but we are exceeding that right now, a little bit of ahead of schedule for us. I do want to also break down that Boscobel tornado in EF3, our only EF3, the rest in EF1 or EF2s or EF0s. EF0s usually see wind speeds about 65 to 85 miles per hour. That's when the survey team goes out afterwards and estimates the wind strength based on the damage seen. And you can see the difference between an EF3 versus an EF0. Quite a strong storm passing through Boscobel this weekend. Our tornado season usually peaks in June and then tapers from July into August. In June, we see a lot of cold and warm air mixing. That transition from spring into summer in Wisconsin can lead to some cooler days and some very warm days. So that's usually our peak. But right now, the end of July and into early August, we have seen quite an uptick. Right now, would really like to see a taper heading into fall. And it does look like, at least for the next 10 days, we'll have a calmer trend. Doppler track quiet right now. We're expecting mild weather for the weekend. Dry pattern staying with us into the start of next week with a lot of sunshine. Overnight, with a mostly clear sky and a breeze coming in from the northwest, we'll see temperatures in the low 50s for Dane County. Areas north of the Dells will be in the 40s for overnight lows early tomorrow. Saturday, mostly sunny skies. For Sunday, very quickly looking through our future track, also expecting mostly sunny skies for us. Temperatures tomorrow will land close to 80 for afternoon highs. We'll stay close to 80, mostly sunny for Sunday. Partly sunny skies for the start of next week with highs in the low 80s. Our next chance for showers and thunderstorms will start to build in by the end of next week. Heading into the following weekend, we won't see a big temperature jump before that system, but there will be a little bit of an increase in our humidity on Wednesday. Overall, a really pleasant weekend expected for us, Eric.
All right, Dana, thank you. And just ahead in sports, Jordan Love is under 24 hours away from making his first start at all on any field since 2019. Why Matt LaFleur plans to keep it simple for him and the rest of the Packers. Zach's in next. He has sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You know, kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Can you get this? I don't have my wallet. Oh, really? It's funny how that always happens.
Yeah, it's funny.
With BMO Harris, you don't need your wallet. You can get money from any BMO ATM using your phone.
Uh-oh, looks like someone can buy their own tacos.
You could also pay them back with Zelle.
So many ways for you to pay. Awesome.
Order for BMO.
Ooh, tacos, banking. Some things are made to be mobile.
That feeling you get when your phone is your wallet. That's the BMO effect. And right now, open a new BMO Harris account online in just 5 minutes.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
At Culver's, we never tire of crafting fresh frozen custard right in our restaurants.
As soon as I'm like, who wants Culver's custard? The kids are already running out the door.
Hello, everybody. Here's your custard. Always rich and creamy, always sure to put a smile on your face.
It's more than just a special treat. It's creating memories with my children and family time.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Family time is custard time. Welcome to Delicious.
Maintain your lawn and your vehicle with help from Menards. Works has the outdoor power equipment you need to keep your yard looking great. All Works outdoor power equipment is 11% off. Keep your vehicle at peak performance with Valvoline Daily Protection Motor Oil. Specially formulated for the full life of the engine with advanced additives for full year protection. Valvoline Motor Oil is 11% off. Save 11% on everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Right now, you can get 2.49% APR financing for 60 months, plus $750 TFS APR cash on a new 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
You know, kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Around these parts, Jim Leonard is known as a guru. He knows anything and everything about defenses, and the numbers his units put up back it up. Year in and year out, the Badger defense is one of the best in the country. And this year, that's the expectation again. But right now, just 7 practices into fall camp, UW isn't at that level, and they know it. They also know to get to that point, well, it starts with work they're doing right now.
Guys are out there and they're excited to be out there, and you know they're playing free and they're wanting to get better. I think at this stage that's the most important thing, is coming out here each and every day with that kind of desire to be better than the last day.
We're just trying to just be that energy-filled defense, that confident, loud defense that makes the most plays in the country, and starts here, starts right now.
In 22 days, Wisconsin kicks off their season, so until then, we got to find something to talk about. ESPN in the same boat as we are. They released their top 100 college football coaches in the last 50 years, and none other than the Don himself, Barry Alvarez, was on the list. The Badger legend came in at number 32. Alabama's Nick Saban was number 1. Saturday, the wait is over. It's time for the Jordan Love era. Well, only for the preseason, because as Matt LaFleur said it earlier in training camp, Aaron Rodgers probably not going to see the field until week 1 of the regular season. So against the Texans tomorrow, it's all about Love, who will not only start but play in his first game since December of 2019. And as far as the game plan goes, Coach LaFleur isn't going to throw anything crazy out there. Well, at least not for week 1 of the preseason.
You want to see guys go out there and be able to play fast and execute. And so, because you don't really necessarily know exactly what you're going to get from either side of the ball. So you just got to have things that the guys are familiar with that they can go execute regardless.
It's true. And Mother Nature struck again. Game 1 of the Brewers and Pirates was postponed due to storms in Pittsburgh. 2 are going to play 2 tomorrow starting at 1:30. The Crew are 12-4 this season against the Pirates. We're back after this.
Adamas Day, May 22nd. The Brewers have gone 48-23 since then.
It's nice to know your blind spot can be protected. Blind Spot Monitor, standard on all 2021 Volkswagen SUVs, unlike all Honda or Subaru SUVs. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the sophisticated and capable 2021 Tiguan S for just $269 a month.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum. Because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Here's a secret worth sharing. Robertson, Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, wants you to experience Botox with the best. Take $50 off your first Botox visit and discover why it's the #1 non-surgical treatment in the nation. It's time to learn how Botox is different at Robertson.
Hi, I'm Crystal the Pistol. Goldman Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with 2017 and 18 Subaru Legacies and Foresters starting at $17,995 or $270 per month. That's right, Goldman Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with great deals on 17 and 18 Subaru Legacies and Foresters. So hurry in today to get your great deal and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Goldman. Go to Goldman Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
It's nice to know your blind spot can be protected. Blind Spot Monitor, standard on all 2021 Volkswagen SUVs, unlike all Honda or Subaru SUVs. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the sophisticated and capable 2021 Tiguan S for just $269 a month.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Mostly clear skies for tonight. We'll stay mostly sunny for this weekend. Highs close to 80 with low humidity. It's going to be quite nice outside this weekend. Next week, low 80s, partly sunny, and our next chance for showers and thunderstorms doesn't build in until the end of the work week.
You get the week off, the weekend off,
That's
right?
the goal, yes.
Okay, good. Let's keep it that way. You deserve it. Have a great weekend, everybody.